Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The search for 37-year-old Jeremy Taylor continues as authorities were led back into Rapid City near Interstate 90 and the surrounding area.
Law enforcement began searching the area near Walmart on the north side of town and are continuing their efforts. The public is hoping more can be done to bring a sense of peace back to their lives.
I would like them to bring in more people and to just know that they've got every little area covered here so that we all can feel a little more at ease. There's not a whole lot you can do. That's where it's, stressful.
There is still a $2,000 reward for information leading to Taylor's arrest.
He's considered armed and dangerous, so you should not approach him. Just call local authorities to help.
A Florida woman is wanted in South Dakota accused of attempting to get drugs into the state penitentiary.
Court documents say 36-year-old Megan Vale was in contact with an inmate inside the pen. Court documents go on to say Vale allegedly planned to bring a package containing paper sprayed with K2 to an inmate over the weekend. Because of a winter storm on the East Coast, she couldn't fly in. The DCI intercepted the package. There's a $100,000 warrant for her arrest. The Sioux Falls Police Department is starting a new campaign to crack down on drunk drivers. It's called Project Zero, and the goal is to prevent anyone from dying in a crash caused by an impaired driver. In 2025, there were 10 fatal accidents in the city. 3 of them can be tied to someone who is impaired.
Driving intoxicated, driving while impaired is a 100% preventable crime. We sincerely believe that the deaths related to traffic crash incidents as it relates to impairment is 100% preventable, and that is going to be our goal as we move into 2026. Police say they plan to make it very uncomfortable for people who drink and drive.
They encourage people to use rideshare options or have a designated driver.
Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. Light wintry mix this morning, leading to some areas of some freezing drizzle across eastern, southeastern KELOLAND. So some slick spots being reported in eastern, southeastern KELOLAND. Pay attention to those roadways this morning, sidewalks and parking lots, as you'll run through a couple of slippery areas. Temperatures later this afternoon will warm to the 30s, 40s, and 50s. 50-degree heat across western South Dakota, only to improve to the upper 60s and lower 70s for tomorrow. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Porter Williams is known for being a civil rights activist and an artist.
While he passed away last year, his art lives on. Right now, there are a display of 15 of his pieces at the South Dakota Art Museum in Brookings.
The last part of his sculpting artistry was this collection here. He wanted to show that, okay, we have African Americans that went through slavery, had to come across the transatlantic slave trade. But from that, there's the evolution leading all the way up to Barack Obama.
The display will be up until the weekend after Juneteenth. We posted information on the display on KELOLAND.com.
Camp Leif Erikson in Sioux Falls is taking advantage of the dry winter conditions, sprucing up the day camp before kids arrive this June.
Crews are clearing down trees and branches throughout Leif Erikson, including areas near Teepee Village, the Horse Pen, and along the river.
The end goal would be to utilize our spaces better. So there were a lot of areas, even like over here, where you can see they're working and they're pulling out some of these bigger trees, where we could actually put some benches and do some different fishing spots rather than it just being a downed tree area where we can't access it.
The city of Sioux Falls is helping with the cleanup along the river as a matter of public safety. They're clearing debris to lessen the chance of trees getting lodged under bridges during the next flood event.
The first session of the year at Camp Leif Erikson begins June 1st, and registration is now open. We provided a link with this story on KELOLAND.com.
The Elmwood Golf Course replaced the old clubhouse with a new 10,000 square foot facility.
The old clubhouse was more than 60 years old. While renovations were attempted, the heavy traffic the 27-hole course sees on a regular basis required more space.
The new state-of-the-art project gives the course an event space and a place for guests to lounge and eat.
Elmwood's always had a great golf course, kind of lacked in the clubhouse space, and now to have that, we're going to be able to feature kind of a private club atmosphere at a private golf facility, which is very unique and something that we're very excited about.
Clark says they are now training staff at Elmwood, and the clubhouse will be open to the public March 13th.
Elmwood is also celebrating its 100th anniversary this year.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another Check Your Weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, watching your weather today after a little bit of a wintry mix overnight west of Sioux Falls. So we're acknowledging that. Some slick spots on the roads. Looks like temperatures today will climb back in the 30s. Sioux Falls, cloud cover is thickest this morning, and then we'll see if we get a few more rays of sunshine to kind of get through or penetrate through some of those lower clouds yet this afternoon. You can see on Futurecast, we're kind of dealing with some of this a little bit of a hodgepodge on radar. Some of it being picked up on radar, some of it not. It's pretty subtle there. West River today will have the best momentum for temperatures warming back into the 50s later on today. We're forecasting right around 40 in Pierre. Now, those winds are switching to the northwest overnight. Now, that's going to be the key to opening the door to this really big jumps with the temperature forecast tomorrow. We've got 65 to 70 likely in Rapid City. We're going to be in record territory. Sioux Falls, we think we can get to 50. We might even get a couple bonus degrees out of that. So that's a pretty big deal too. But it's a day, and then backdoor cold front comes in. Those clouds are seeping back in from the northeast Friday morning, and Friday will be cooler, especially if you live east and north of Sioux Falls. Temperatures will dramatically cool into the upper 20s and low 30s. Not that that's that bad for this time of the year, but it's a lot different than what we're forecasting on Thursday. Meanwhile, Rapid City, probably not going to feel the biggest effects of that front, and certainly we get into the weekend, then we start to turn the other direction and everybody warms. Sioux Falls will go to a south wind on Saturday. Highs for today, 28 Brookings, 27 degrees Watertown, those 50s in the west. Your 7-day forecast. Well, this is interesting because after the brief cool down to kick off the weekend, we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It looks like 50 degrees or better for 3 days in a row. How warm does it get? Well, Monday could be in record territory. We're not quite there yet on our forecast, but let's just keep watching that. And even if it holds near 50 degrees, it's very mild. Not the greatest news for the ice fishermen and those folks that love winter activities, though, I will say that. Aberdeen, a very mild forecast. We're back into the 40s and 50s pretty much all through this extended forecast. And you can guess that Pierre and Rapid are even warmer. We're going to go 60 in Pierre for tomorrow, 45 on Friday. Then the 50s again for the weekend. And maybe we hit 60 on Monday. It looks like Rapid City will be close to 70 tomorrow, 60 on Saturday, 63 Sunday. Check out more details online at KEVLAND.com.